My name is Shawn, and this is my hope story. I grew up in a Christian household, and I always knew what was right, but I always thought if you were going to be a Christian, you had to be boring, and the Bible was only just a book of rules of things that you can't do. In middle school, I was always getting in trouble with my teachers, my parents, and even I got in trouble with the police a few times. And I just I went to my church camp that summer knowing that I had to change. And I went there and I rededicated my life to Christ the first night there. But a few months after I had started my walk with Christ, I'd found out that my youth pastor had taken another job. A few months after that, the mentors I always looked up to, they graduated, and then they moved on to their old lives. Their own lives, and they moved away. So I started feeling alone because my youth pastor had left. Those mentors, those guys I looked up to, they were gone. Some of my closest friends, I could never hang out with them because they were just doing their thing that I didn't want to do. But I just tried to smile through the pain. But I began to feel really lonely. It went from just feeling alone to being depressed to the point where I wanted to kill myself. I wanted to end my life. Going in November of my sophomore year, I decided that I'd had enough. So by the third weekend of November, I had decided that I was going to commit suicide, that I was going to end my life. And that Friday, the Saturday before, I had planned to kill myself. I got a text from the interim youth pastor at my church, the guy who was filling in at our youth pastor spot, and he asked me if I still wanted to go to Converge, which was a youth convention down in Austin, a big youth rally. And he texted me asking if I was going to go to Converge, and I said no, we couldn't afford it. And then he said, but someone has already paid for you. We got to the youth convention, and everybody's up at the front worshiping and stuff, and then pastor comes. I'm just ignoring and I'm just blocking out the entire service because I'm fed up. I didn't even want to be there. And then it was probably the last 2 minutes of the service. They were playing one last song before we went back to the hotel, and just kind of out of anger, I was like, God, if you want to do something to me, if you want to do something in me, then I'm giving you one chance, and you got to do it right now. The moment I prayed, God, if you want to do something in me, then do it now. The moment I prayed that, I dropped to my knees and I just started to weep. I just felt the chains of depression lifted up off of me. I was no longer felt alone. I was no longer depressed. The thoughts of ending my life were gone. And since then, I've felt more joy than I ever have. If I wouldn't have gone to that youth convention, if God wouldn't have put that person in my life to pay for me to go, then I wouldn't be here today. Jesus literally saved my life. So I want to make a challenge to any of you out there. If you can relate to what I went through, then I challenge you to do what I did. Just give it to God. He loves you no matter what you've done. So if you just give it to God, He won't let you down.